Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lost Minds of Phandelver, Episode 2. We are leaving off at the top of Phandelin. We just got rid of our cargo supply from last episode, and now we're heading over to the inn. It's about midday, and so we will see where we go from there. Hold on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Why did it do that? Oh, oh no. The whatchamacallit? The table thing is showing the wrong screen. Give me a sec. Mm, mm. My bad, guys.
Can I just say I'm really happy that I'm the blue dragon?
Yeah, I figured you would be. It's lined up perfectly for Tiamat. What is going on? It's not even showing up. There we go. And all right, neat. Okay, all is fixed. All right, so we're in the town of Phandalin. Let's drag us over there. You can all see the map, right?
Yep.
All right,
Affirmative.
sweet. So we're over at the Stone Hill Inn. Uh, at this point, sorry, a little bit rushed here. When you enter the door, a short little young human male named Toblin comes to greet you. Uh, he's a proprietor, the owner of the inn. He mentioned that there are 6 rooms for rent. Silver, you take one, and the party is free to do what they wish. There's a couple of people in the inn, an old farmer, a barmaid, a miner, the innkeeper's wife, Trelina, Toblin's son, and Frida, a weaver who sits in the corner. What would we like to do?
Vito walks over to the bar and orders a beer for himself.
Okey doke.
He's just gonna eye up the room and see what's going on.
Right, right. Barnett.
I will, not being too happy about being in a public area like a bar, position myself as close as I can to my compatriots, but keep my back to a wall, keeping an eye on the exit. I scan over where the exits are in the event that something gets out of hand. I know where to escape quickly.
Right, right. Uh, Amorous and Rin decide to purchase rooms for themselves. They're gonna take a day off or two. They're feeling very weary from the goblin encounter. Rin especially. They just want to take in the town of Phandalin for a day or two. So that's what they're doing. Vito, as you are getting your drink, you hear some gossip. Uh, one of the people at the bar, you know, gets your attention. They're like, sir, sir. They're kind of scared of you, like they've never seen a bugbear before. But he's trying to grab your attention.
They're trying to flag me down.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Well, the thing is, there's like, he's the person speaking to you is very obviously scared of you. Someone burnt some words in our cornfield, and you look strong. Can you check it out for us?
I look them up and down, and I try to eye them up, see if there's if they're trying to, I don't know, try to take advantage of me or try to get me someplace to try to.
No, it's an innocent young kid. He doesn't know any better.
Vito's very suspicious of everyone,
Right.
so he's just eyeing him up, and then he looks over at Barnett and says, "You want to go take a look?"
So, fields being destroyed, the woods being affected. Absolutely, it's better than being here.
At that point, Toblin does mention that this is a very big problem, and if you manage to solve it, he'd be more than willing to provide you accommodations in the inn for free as long as you're staying in Phandelver.
Oh,
Not going to turn down free board.
yeah, and food. Yeah.
Vito polishes off the last of his beer in one chug and slams it down on the bar and says, "All right, let's go."
Silver, are you going to accompany them?
That depends. Do I still have to like replace all of my missing gear and stuff?
I would have assumed that you took care of that before you went to the inn. So.
Okay, great. Well, I know very little about words burned into cornfields, but sure, I'll come along.
All right. So it's about a little after midday, like maybe 2 o'clock. By the time you guys set out for the cornfield, it's about 4 or 5 miles away, where the burnt words are. So after about 20 minutes of traveling, hold on, you encounter some wolves.
Oh, that's not good.
Four wolves. So let's go ahead and we don't need a map for this. But why don't you go ahead and roll me initiative?
Okay.
Yeah, drag your tokens on.
Hey yo.
Okay. Everybody clicked their token, correct?
Yes, it looks like we did.
Looks like everyone got it. All right. Vito, you'll be up first.
All right. How far away am I from one of the wolves?
Well, we'll just say it's about 5 feet, 5 feet each.
Okay. Vito, he has brass knuckles on his fingers. It says Vito on his right hand and time on his left hand. He cracks them together and goes, "All right, it's Vito time." And he runs up to the first wolf and he tries to punch it right in the jaw.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And let me roll damage. 9 damage.
All right. Awesome.
And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. All right. Wolf 1 is going to make a biting attack on Silver. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
I have a feeling my rolls might be fairly good today. Why don't you go ahead and make me a strength saving throw along with that, along with the 6 piercing.
It's actually only 3 because I have heavy armor master.
Ah,
Ooh, cool.
nice. So you failed the strength saving throw and you are knocked prone. You should be able to see. I don't know. Is there a button on your upper left corner when you click your token? Should say conditions.
Oh yeah, prone.
Yep.
Which one of these is prone? This one?
Yep. Awesome. Thank you. Barnett.
Okay. I see that these wolves are attacking a small group during the day. It's very unusual, and I try to ascertain if they're if like what's the reason for them doing that. Like I wanna almost insight, maybe animal handling check.
Yeah, Roy. Why don't you roll me an animal?
Like,
Animal
are they
handling.
do they look rabid? Do they look sickly? Do they look like something's affecting them? Before I go attacking them and killing them, even though they're taking down our newly rescued friend here, I just hesitate before killing them. So, what do you want me to roll?
Animal handling, please. Yeah, that's more than enough. You can just sense that they're extremely ravenous. They're very, very hungry.
Hmm.
They're not mean-spirited animals. I mean, other than their nature, but they're just very hungry.
Okay. Like to the point where if I was to give them an alternate form of okay, so like they're basically gonna just keep attacking, right? Because they're so ravenous, so hungry. They've tasted human blood, that
You
kind of thing.
you could try. Do what you want. I'm not.
Okay. So just trying to, as I ascertain that I realize that they're famished, they're hungry, they're desperate enough to attack us. I spend my entire action reaching in my backpack for maybe some salted meats, some dry rations that I might have, and try to direct them off to the side. Uh, I'm willing to give a few amount of rations to do that, to lure them away from us, the group, especially as they start swarming Sildar. I kind of like throw my rations to the side, and that's what I do. And I speak in the Sylvan tongue to try to get them, thinking that's going to help, and it's a good lucky charm. And I try to give a short prayer to the goddess of the wilderness, and I throw my rations. That's what I do.
Yeah, and all of that works. You toss the rations to the side, and the wolves they kind of like look back at you, look back at the rations, back at you, and they decide that the rations are more worth it than trying to engage in a fight, and so they go for the rations. Uh, Excellent work.
I look at Vito and I look at our friend who's on the ground and say, "Quickly come! They're hungry. They could prove a problem, but if we leave now, it should be fine. I think this will hold them off at least for a few days."
Vito pouts a little bit, but he follows Barnett because he's learned to trust this guy so far.
All right.
Filthy animals.
Oh, Silder's gonna get along great with Red. After a little bit more length of travel, you come across the cornfield. And you can drag your tokens anywhere in the bottom right corner.
Over on Alderleaf Farm, or just anywhere.
Oh, my bad. There we go.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's just in the bottom right corner for me,
Very
please.
cool. I want to say that's the best introduction to a PC I've seen in quite a while.
Thank you. So you approach the field and you see like burnt like scorch marks in the cornfield. And you're standing at ground level, so it is a bit hard to perceive. But you can make out the general shape of what you're seeing, and it's the image of a crescent moon and text that says "I Heart Saloon." And then through the corn, you're able to make out a table with a nice little place setting and a kobold pacing around. How do you guys want to make your approach?
Well, hello there.
What? What? Stop right there. Oreo is mighty. Saloon makes Oreo mighty. So don't try anything stupid. Now, who are you? What do you want?
Stupid? You mean like burning down this cornfield?
This was not stupid. This was a great sign to Saloon. She was gonna meet me here for dinner, and she didn't show up, but that's okay. She still loves Oreo.
And do you believe your great goddess would rather that you burn the corn down instead of eat it?
Yes, sacrifices have to be made to someone as magnificent as Saloon.
Vito
Oreo.
looks over at, I was gonna say Vito looks over at Barnett like, is this guy cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? What's going
I
on?
go. He's no doubt a devout worshiper of Saloon. I know very little of the goddess of the moon. She is known to, for her moods and her demeanors. I approach the kobold, no weapon in hand, slowly stepping forward, removing my helmet with the elk horns on them, and say, and I speak to him in kobolds. What language do kobolds speak?
Draconic.
Draconic.
I speak
Draconic.
Draconic. So
Hey.
okay, so I say in the Draconic language, I say, hold there, friend. I'm friends with the horned hunter, um, Sylvanus, an entity similar in appearance to your Celtic god as well. And that we mean you no harm, but what's the meaning of this? What are you doing to this farmer's field?
Crops grow back, but Saloon needed sign. She needed an invitation. I wanted to eat dinner with her, but I think Oreo needs something bigger, something more to suit Saloon's tastes. Yes, I must offer a bigger offering to Saloon to get her attention. And he looked at the party and said, you look like adventurers, no?
I kind of smile, looking back at the group, and say, I think he's rather harmless. He seems to be a very extreme, radical, devout worshiper of Saloon, goddess of the moon, and twilight.
At the sound of you look like adventurers, Vito stands up a little taller and like pulls his shoulders back, tries to make himself look bigger, and he's like, gives him a little head nod. He's trying to look real menacing though.
You must be on a quest. You look like you are on a quest. Tell me, what is your quest?
Vito looks at him and goes, save this guy right here. Saved him from some goblins back there. Then we made it into town. We're trying to look for this other guy that got lost. And then they told us about this crop, and we came out here to check it out, see if there was nefarious things going on. And then we came across you.
You're looking for another man. Well, Oreo is mighty, and Oreo is very skilled. Oreo can help you. I have one condition. If you would help me find, I need an offering to Saloon. I need something big, something grand. Could you help me?
Vito looks over towards Barnett and sort of shrugs and just,
We can give you an opportunity to do something big. As you said, we're adventurers, and we have many quests ahead of us. You could join us as long as you quit burning the fields of man. They don't like it. They think it's theirs to own, but they don't like it.
Well, it obviously did not work, so I don't think I will be doing it again. But I do need an offering. What what would someone as beautiful as Saloon like? Shoes? Would she like shoes? I could get her shoes. No, she doesn't walk much. Um, uh, maybe something beautiful to wear? Jewelry? I don't. What do you think? Do you think she would like jewelry?
Perhaps a gemstone shaped like the moon.
Oh no, that's stupid. Let's see. Ah, Oreo has it. Oreo is very smart. Saloon. If you look in the sky, you see the moon. That Saloon's symbol in the sky. The moon, and everyone knows what the moon is made of. Yes, it's made of
Vito-
cheese.
Vito goes, I was gonna say that.
I think if I have a whole bunch of cheese that I offer to Saloon, she would see it. This would surely make Saloon blush. I need cheese. Um, in the town, there is something stinky. I smelled it when I stole the table. I think it must be cheese. We could get cheese from the town.
If that's going to take you away from burning the field of man, then it's the least I can do, my friend. I didn't. Oreo, is that your name?
Oreo, yes, Oreo is mighty.
Yes, indeed. You should join us into town, and we should probably return the table.
Uh, well, okay. We can return table. Saloon could probably make her own table if she came here. She's very powerful.
Okay.
He kind of he looks at the table and the dinner setup, disappointed, little tear in his eye, and he starts packing up the plates.
Vito walks over and grabs a burnt piece of corn and starts chomping on it.
Yes, center of town. There was an awful smell. It smelled like rotten cheese.
Well, let us investigate this stinky trail then, shall we?
Yes. Cheese makes Saloon blush.
Oh. Okay. So, Oreo, now member of the crew, packs up the table, and you head back towards Phandelver. However, on the way back, you do again run into some creatures. But instead of wolves this time, it is. Oh, it's Sturges.
Oh, that's a completely different story there.
Yeah, 4 Sturges. All right, why don't you guys go ahead and roll me some initiative?
Didn't mean to do that. I'll max that.
There we go. All right. So it'll be Sturge. Hold on, just sending order. Yep, Sturge 1. All right. He's gonna try and blood drain on Oreo. Does an 18 hit?
What? That's no fair. Yes, it does.
All right.
Indeed.
So you're gonna take 6 piercing, and the Sturge attacks to you.
Ah, get it off! Get it off!
Oh wait, you passed your. Wait, why did you? Oh wait, were you casting a spell?
No. Oh, it was before the session started. I was messing around.
Oh, okay. All right. So then Oreo, it'll be your turn. But first, I need you to make or roll 1d4 for me.
1d4. Any particular reason?
Yes, and add 3 to it. That's how much damage you're taking due to blood loss.
Oh no!
The start of each of the Sturge's turns.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, correct. Apologies.
I hope so. If not, a lot of people would die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. Never mind.
Good.
Scratch
Alright.
that.
No harm done. I'm assuming I'm not restrained or anything like that.
No.
So I'm going to take my war pick and take a swing at the Sturge that is sucking my blood. 17?
That is more than enough to hit.
Ah, take that.
Roll me some damage. And that's
Not
enough
too
to
great.
that's enough to kill it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Anything else?
No. No, I'm done.
Barnett?
Knowing these to be foul, nasty creatures, I will absolutely attack. I would draw my battle axe and long sword and attack, like probably the one that's probably kind of trying to swarm and attach itself to me.
Okay.
So I will just attack that one. Here it goes.
That hits, and that kills.
And then if there's one that I can reach,
Yeah.
I don't know, you tell me. I will attack with
yeah.
the long sword.
Okay. That hits and kills. Is that it?
And that's it for me. And then I just kind of, do my best to not get sucked on.
The last Sturge will try and attack Vito. Does a 23 hit?
Barely, but yeah, it is.
Alright, so that's 7 piercing.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
So this one's right on top of me.
Correct.
Vito takes out his hand axe from behind him and goes, "Give that back!" And he tries to chop off its head.
And that hits and kills. Nice. Alright, so that's the end of combat.
Cool.
The rest of the trip is fairly uneventful. You make it back to Phandelver at about 4 o'clock.
So, on the way back, Oreo touches Vito on the thigh because that's as far as he can reach, and says, "You're strong. Next time, Saloon will make sure you go first." And he uses his ability. I will learn what these are called pretty soon. It's
Twilight's Blessing or something.
Yeah, you might be able to click on it and have it display in chat.
I'm actually looking for it. It is called not Eyes of Night. Vigilant Blessing, yes. So it gives whoever I touch advantage on the next initiative roll.
Nice.
Vito approves. And he gives him a little pat on the head. He has to reach down a little bit to pat him on top of the head. He does it a little harder just because he's big and he doesn't quite know his own strength yet.
Yeah, or he is going to try his hardest to not act like that hurt.
So, as you guys re-enter Phandelver, or you pick up on the smell of the cheese, it's very faint, but you know which general direction you need to be heading in. So you head back towards the inn. And then as you get towards the end, you see this rat carrying a small crumble of cheese in its tiny little rat hands, and it scampers off down the road in this direction.
Stop, thief!
Look, look, look. Jeez, I told you. I told you.
Until you get to the sleeping giant, and right outside the sleeping giant is 4 human ruffians that are lingering on a covered porch. They're perched on empty arrow barrels against the wall, and they're all wearing grimy scarlet cloaks. Their sullen stares fix on you as you approach. One of the thugs spits on the ground. He says, "Well, well. Here's a whole pack of little puppies. What do you want, puppies? Come to bark at us?"
Oreo steps forward, looks at him, squinting, and... Are you hoarding cheese?
Jeez, are you some kind of moron? This is our territory. What are you looking at?
Do I recognize their uniform?
No.
Oreo's not a moron. Oreo is very wise. Oreo thinks you're hoarding cheese.
Didn't you hear me? There's no cheese. If you keep pushing me, I'm gonna hit you, man. And he raises a fist at Oreo.
You mean lowers a fist at Oreo?
I look over at my bugbear friend as the raised fist comes up on Oreo.
Yeah, Vito takes that a hint, and he quickly reaches down and tries to grab that fist right where it stands.
All right, why don't we roll some initiative? Hold on, actually, let's go. I have a map for this. Huzzah!
There's a map for that.
Drag your tokens.
And it's okay. Is that why? Okay.
Yep.
Ah,
Ah.
Big Oreo.
Oreo is
It's double stuffed. Oh, there's 2 cylinders.
I can't see anything.
His vision isn't set up yet.
It should be.
Just right click his vision. That's why it's not.
Does that fix it?
Refresh.
See it now.
All right, dope.
Ooh.
We're just gonna shrink Oreo back to size. Roll initiative.
so I rolled with advantage because of the blessing from Oreo.
Correct.
So I'll take the 18 over the 15, but I'll change it.
It's it lasts until you make that roll, and then I have to do it again.
Oh, these scumbags. Okay.
Okay. Everybody's in the initiative order. Let's begin. Silva, you're up first.
I'm going to charge at the nearest red brand ruffian, and I'm going to try and bring my warhammer down on his head.
What armor are you wearing? I'm just curious.
Chain
Ooh, cool. Okay.
with a
rocket roll.
shield.
Badass. Okay. Oof, good hit.
17 hit.
Indeed.
Better.
How about 12 bludgeoning?
That'll definitely knock the wind out of his sails. Right?
Is that enough to reduce him to 0?
Unfortunately not.
Ooh.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I'll spit on the ground.
Awesome.
Brigands.
Vito.
Vito whips out his hand axe, spins it around once, and grabs it in his right hand. And he runs up to the one. Which one was the one that was trying to punch Oreo?
It would be Red Band Ruffian number 2.
Two? Okay. So Vito runs right up to him and he goes, "There's two things you don't do. You don't fuck with Vito. You don't fuck with Vito's friends." And he takes the hand axe and tries to bring it down right on his shoulder.
Liking Vito and Vito more every day.
10 to hit.
Unfortunately, that's a miss. He's able to dodge it. You know, you spent too much hyping yourself up. You know, spent too long talking, and he's like, "Oh, okay," just dodge right out of it.
And Vito goes, "I'm not done with you yet." And he burns his action surge. And he's going to take another attack action with the hand axe as well.
All right, give me that roll.
Vito misses again. He's like, and just stands his ground right in front of the ruffian.
Seems to
That'll
be
understand.
a common theme with Vito. Every time you say something before trying to hit someone, you miss.
He's quickly learning not to talk.
Barnett.
Barnett moves. He takes out his hand axe and his longsword. I'll move here to make sure that Salder doesn't get flanked, and I will throw my hand axe at Red Band Ruffian 4, the one he hit.
Okay. Roll to hit. That hits, and that's enough to take him out.
Awesome. And then because I'm a dual wielder, I can take out my battle axe, and that's my turn.
Okay. Red Brand Ruffian number 2 is going to make an attack on Vito. Or rather, he's going to make 2 attacks on Vito. Does a 15 hit?
Both of them hit, the 15 and the 21.
Alright. So then it's 14 piercing.
Yep, and Vito's down.
Ooh. Red Band Ruffian 4 is down. Number 1 is going to come up and attack Barnett.
You just love hitting me with 20s, don't you?
Yeah, I really do.
I'm
The
good,
second
I'm good.
one misses. but
The 11,
you get
11
five.
misses, but hey, it's only 5 damage, but I could deal with 5.
Nat 20 and a nat 1.
Okay.
And the one in the back, there's just... oh, wait, no, it's Oreo's turn next, my bad. Oreo.
All right.
I yell at Oreo like, Vito, Vito!
Oreo yells at Vito, "Hey, big guy, get up, kick their butts." I casts Healing Word.
Nice.
So that's a bonus action. So then he runs up here, stops, and uses his action to the most hilarious thing in all of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh shit.
Where'd it go?
I think I know what he's going to do.
Yes, he
gonna
starts groveling. He says, "No, you please leave Oreo and his friends alone, please." So everything, all the enemies within 10 feet of me, anyone attacking any of them get advantage until
I love little fucking pecks.
until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Very cool. That's pretty cool.
Red Band Ruffian sees Oreo groveling on the floor, and he's just like, let me just move away from that. And so he comes up from behind and tries to attack Barnett. Does the 18 hit?
The 18 does hit.
All right, so that'll be 4 piercing.
I'm 17 armor class.
And it's back to Sildar's turn.
I say, let's try and take one of them alive.
Ooh, okay.
That's probably a miss.
It is definitely a
You-
miss.
You got advantage.
You have
Oh, that's
advantage.
true.
Oh, that's
true.
right.
Mhm.
Did not
There
roll
we
And a
go.
good thing too.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm
There we
talking
go.
about.
Roll me some damage. All right.
How's 8 bludgeoning?
Substantial. Anything else?
I'm done.
Okay. Vito.
Vito's all of a sudden back awake, and he's like, "Huh, huh," and he swings at the first thing that he sees, which will be one of these three ruffians. He's not sure which one. He's just going to swing wildly. Do you want me to just roll a d3 to figure out which one?
No. I'll pick one.
Okay. All right. So he's going to swing with his hand axe, and he gets advantage.
Yep.
20.
That's enough. So you just swipe Red Brand number 2 and catch him on the side of the face, cutting his cheek.
And Vito quickly stands up and sees what's going on. He moves to the left here, closer to Barnett, right in between the two of these guys, trying to put a little bit of a body in between Ruffian 3 and his friends.
Okay. Barnett.
Barnett will kind of appreciates Vito helping for the help. Taps him on the shoulder, making sure he can come by. Pushes here and attacks Red Brand Ruffian 3 with the battle axe. Awesome. For 5 damage.
Awesome.
And then I will also use my bonus action to swing my longsword.
And that was on this one?
Red Band 3.
Okay, 3. All right,
For
let's
6
see
more.
the longsword. And that. Okay.
And let me see, where's good? I think this is a good place actually to be.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's that'll be it for me.
Okay. Red Baron Ruffian 2 is going to attack Oreo. And both of those miss.
God. Holy crap!
Ruffian 4 is down. Ruffian 1 will attack Vito with advantage. Oh. Wrong button.
Oof.
So is that
8.
yeah, I take both those. So 12 damage.
12 damage.
Vito falls back down.
This combat's not been kind to Vito.
No, it says not.
Oreo.
Hey, Bugbear, stop taking so much damage. Healing word. That stinks.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. And that's just a bonus action, so I'm going to use my action. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on, I guess, this one. Whoops. Yeah, I shouldn't have rolled that damage. You actually have to roll. It's a Dex 14 save.
Okay. I believe it doesn't get any bonuses to that, does it? No. 7, it fails.
So I guess you take a whopping 2 damage.
Nice. Anything else?
No, I mean I can't do anything else. So, they officially don't. We don't get an advantage on their attacks against them, since it's the end of my turn.
Cool.
All right, Ruffian 3 is gonna make an attack on Silder. And both of those miss.
Awesome.
Silder, it's your turn.
Well, I suppose I'll return the favor.
Yeah.
Which one are you going for?
The one who just ran up and attacked me.
Okay. You said you wanted to take one alive. Do you want to knock
Yeah, I
this
want to
one
knock that one
unconscious?
out.
All right.
Yes,
so then-
please.
All right. So then I'll leave it at 1 hit point, and I'll make it unconscious. Okay. Vito.
Vito's not enjoying this asleep awake game. This time he gets his wits about him, stands up, and brings his hand axe down onto whichever one is directly in front of him between Oreo and Sildar.
Gotcha.
And this is not with advantage anymore. 11?
Unfortunately, that is a miss. You know, you're losing some blood. Maybe you're seeing double. So you don't manage to connect with your hand axe.
Yeah, you hit the other one.
Smack Oreo with the blunt side by accident.
Vito's just getting more and more progressively angry with the situation. He starts to see like he's starting to foam at his teeth that are sticking up from his bottom lip.
Right.
At the end of his turn.
Okay. Barnett.
All right. Okay. I will. As an action, I will attempt to shove, ruffian number 2.
Okay.
So I try to. I'm like, get away from Oreo, and I like kind of like go in kind of like with like a Spartan kick, you know.
Okay.
So here goes. Athletics.
Nice.
All right, it's
Ooh.
pretty good.
Yeah, and that definitely works. You push him back.
In case you're wondering, you get to roll either athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, I did. I already rolled it.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right.
Uh,
I want to push him. I want to push him here,
Okay.
and then I move there, to kind of get in between him and Oreo, and then with my bonus action, I attack with my battle axe.
Okay. Give me that rolly. That hits. All right.
That's it.
Yeah, they're all looking weak around the board. Ruffian 2 is gonna make a counterattack on Burnett. That's the 17.
hits.
Yep.
Yeah,
6,
it's just barely.
6 piercing.
It's all good.
Ruffian 1 is going to make an attack on Sildar. And both of those miss. And so it's back to Oreo.
You haven't the skill to penetrate my defenses.
That would have shielded chainmail. You don't.
All right. Oreo's going to scream in rage and take a war pick to that guy. War pick, where are you? There.
Oh,
Ooh.
nat 20.
He didn't like that too much, did he?
Why don't you go ahead and tell me, describe the kill?
Okay. Yeah, he sees, his friends getting hurt and stuff, so he just starts going, ah! Jumps up and sticks the war pick in the guy's head. And as the guy falls, because he's hanging there, right, from the war pick, because he's a little guy, he's 2.5 feet tall. So yeah, as the guy falls, it carries him to the ground, and Oreo stands over him victoriously.
You go Mary Poppins with the umbrella on the way down.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
Now the Mary Poppins song stuck in my head. I hope you're happy.
Okay. Silder, back to you.
Let's put an end to this.
Okie doke.
That's a miss, I'm sure.
It is.
I'm
And
going to
it-
say, surrender if you want to escape this with your life,
Yes.
and I'm done.
That was just a warning.
When you say that, he starts running off in the direction towards Tristaner Manor.
Attacks of opportunity?
Sure.
Barnett, you get one of these two.
Good. I'll let you go first.
Whoops.
The first
You're
one's
like,
a
whoops.
miss.
Oh, wait a minute. No, the 10 was
Oh,
on
that
my
was his
turn,
last
right?
attack.
Yeah.
How's
Well,
11?
that's enough to take him out.
Gets crushed in his back.
So you told him he should run, and when he did,
Live.
you
Yeah.
just killed him.
I think I'm gonna knock him out too.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Then I'll drag.
It's funny
Oopsie.
because I look at Sildar and I was like I was gonna take out my hand axe and throw it as he was running away. Always wanted to do that.
Oh, no. One. And then let me get the condition. There we go. Alright, and that's the end of this combat. By this time, the sun is starting to set, and Oreo no longer smells the cheese. He's lost the trail.
Oh, we must find that cheese. I can't smell it.
Should we go inside and investigate?
At the very least, who are these scumbags?
Maybe they might have cheese inside.
They are, they're still unconscious.
I'll take my rope and tie one of them up.
Okay. What are you gonna do with the other one?
Anybody else got rope?
Yeah, I do. I'll take out my my hemp rope and I'll tie them as well.
Alright. Okay.
Now this building that we're at, this is a tavern, correct?
It's the Sleeping Giant.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's like a watering hole.
Yeah, like a dive bar. Got
Yeah.
it.
Well, seems like a good place to get a beer.
If you were so inclined. Alright, so what's the plan?
As Barnett and Sildar were tying them up, Vito goes over to Oreo and grabs his hand and says, "Hey, thanks for that. I needed it." And he grabs him and puts him up on his shoulder.
Yes. Stop getting hit. It's much easier if you don't get hit.
You're telling me.
And while he's up there, Orio's gonna give you advantage on the next initiative roll.
Okay. So you've lost the trail. It's about dark. You have two unconscious ruffians. What's the game plan?
Could we interrogate these two jamokes?
Yeah, I would say when they're conscious. Probably gonna be a couple hours.
Do we want to go inside and have a look?
Can't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna take the ruffians with you, or are you just gonna leave them outside?
There could be more of them in there, right?
Yeah.
Vito's gonna grab the one right next to him and drag him out behind and sort of lean him up against the side of the building.
Okay. I'll plop them over there.
Can I stuff this one under the water trough so he can't run away?
Sure.
Put a dirty sock in his mouth.
All right. So there's no map for the inside of this this tavern. But when you enter, it's a very dirty place. There's a bunch of broken glass on the floor. Everything's dirty. Behind the bar is this very meaty, masculine female dwarf named Grista. She's like mock cleaning a glass, and she looks up at you and she's like, "What do you want?"
That's a sexy voice. I'm not gonna lie.
You into this? You like that?
Vito walks up. He's still got the kobold on his shoulder, and he walks up and he goes, "How you doing, pretty lady?"
You're not too bad looking. Can I interest you in the beverage?
I'll take two. One from me, one from my little buddy up here.
Are you pointing to Oreo?
Yeah.
Of course. Naturally. All right, sweet cheeks. And she procures this very dark glass jug and pours out, and it looks like mud water she's pouring into your glass. It's very cloudy. She slides it over to Vito and Oreo.
He takes it and hands it up to Oreo above him. And he goes, "Cheers."
Yes, Oreo likes coffee.
He clinks it and downs it.
It's
One
not
gulp.
coffee.
Well,
Downs it in one gulp.
Oreo it is.
And Vito's not smart enough to check.
Yeah, Oreo, when he drinks it, his nose kind of dips down into the cup, but he's used to that, so he kind of snorts the drink up.
It burns in your nose as it goes down.
That's what Oreo thinks is supposed to happen when you drink.
Vito goes, "That was pretty good. Listen, we were outside a little while ago. Smelled this thing like when you take your socks off after a week of wearing them? It was like a stinky cheese smell."
As she says, "Take your socks off," she looks down, and then she lifts her leg up on the bar to reveal like the most calloused, buniony, gnarly toes you've ever seen.
That looks infected, lady. You might want to get that checked, but you know what I mean, like this stinky cheese smell.
Is this it? Is this what you were looking for?
Vito goes over.
Did Roz put you up to this? Did Roz tell you about my foot infection?
Look, I don't know who this Roz lady is, but let me check. And he takes a big whiff of her foot.
It smells awful, but it's not the scent you're looking for.
It's like, these aren't the toes I'm looking for. It was like this stinky cheese smell. Do you know, does that only come out during the day? Is it coming from maybe the kitchen back there?
I mean, there's some I've smelled cheese before. There's some but it comes every once in a while. I can't predict it.
Oh, that's weird. You know what? I'm gonna go check in with my friends over here, but I'll be back out for you. Griselda?
Grista.
Grista, gotcha.
I
Nice to meet
swear
you.
to God, I'm gonna have to talk to Roz about this. She definitely told you about my infection.
And Vito turns back towards the guys and fills them in. He's like, "Look, she doesn't know where the cheese smell comes from. She got a gnarly looking foot, and that stuff behind the counter, woo, top notch."
Is there anyone else in the bar?
The odd end patron, but no one suspicious looking. They don't have any clothing similar to the ruffians you fought outside.
Hey, I go up to Vito and I'm like, Vito, so as we were walking along the woods, I had some berries. Here, mix this in with your drink. It'll make you feel better. I go, I'm gonna have, as you see here, I'm doing the same with my drink. It'll improve the taste, and as I said, it'll make you feel better. I cast Good Berry, and I give him half of the berries. So he'll get 5 hit points back, and I'll take the other 5.
Awesome.
Vito takes him. He sort of like mashes him in his hand and like juices it over his the rest of whatever's dribbles are left in that mug, and he quickly chugs it down.
Grista sees you like crushing berries into her quote unquote drink, and she's like, "Oi, what are you doing with my brew? You know, I took many long hours making that. It took me like two hours over the brewing pot."
Hey, sweetie, you know, I had a bad foot too. I took some of these berries, I crunched them up into a drink, drank them up.
Oh yeah,
What's all better?
let me see some of that. Why don't you give this foot some action, okay?
He takes the berry juice from his foot and he just like rubs it into her corns that are on the ball of her feet a little bit.
It steams a little bit. You know, there's
Vito has no limits.
there's like squealing noises. There's like popping sounds. It's like you just poured like milk on some Rice Krispies.
Vito goes, by morning that should be a little better. And he takes his hand, he just tries to slyly wipe it on the back of his pants.
Yeah, she drops that foot back behind the bar, and you never see that thing ever again.
Help!
Awesome.
I need an adult.
So, no information you can see as of yet from the tavern. What are your next steps?
You said the ruffians probably aren't going to be up for another couple of hours.
Yeah, I'd say another 2 or 3 hours. You guys did beat the ever-living shit out of them.
Unless we want to splash some water on them, maybe. We gotta take them someplace that's secure.
Oreo's gonna ask the dwarven woman. Excuse me, you had a group of mean human men outside your door. Do you know who they were?
You mean Huey, Louie, Dewey, and Ron? Those are my best patrons. What did you do to them?
What's their deal? They tried to hurt us.
I don't know. They're in some sort of gang. I don't know. I just make the booze.
The gang? Where is this gang?
Over, you know, the fancy mansion on the hill. You know, that over there. That they live. That's where they are.
Oh, okay. You should get somebody to look at your foot.
I just did. That we a furry man just took a look at my foot.
Oreo uses thaumaturgy and says, "I mean a doctor," and turns and walks away.
A doctor? I don't know what there's no doctors here, you know. It's just me the booze in the foot. Doesn't everybody have a foot?
We could always go to the back of the of this establishment and kind of do it back there and have a little talk with them.
Yeah.
I kind of look at Vito. I'm pretty sure Vito's his intimidating muscle. And I look at Soldar. I don't know Soldar very well, so I'm like, he seems a little more persuasive than the others, I hope, because I'm certainly not. And I say, Soldar, you think you could get some information out of those two those two ruffians with the help of our bugbear friend here, letting them know that another beating could continue if they don't cooperate?
I mean, I could try. I'm not exactly skilled at interrogation. But perhaps they could be reasoned with.
Vito grabs 2 of the chairs and he looks over at Krista and he goes, "Hey, Sweet Cheeks, you mind if I take 2 of these chairs? I'll bring them right back, maybe like hour or 2."
Oh, sure you can, sweetheart. Thank you for the foot juice.
Anytime, Snookums.
She blushes.
A few of the silver coins we got from the goblin, we had a whole bunch of copper coins. I leave a couple copper coins.
Oh, thank you. This is so kind, for you to pay me at all, and don't just steal my booze.
Vito takes the 2 chairs and makes his way out behind the bar and sets them up. And then he goes by and grabs one of them at a time and takes them and reties them to the chairs behind the bar so that they're sitting up in a more comfortable position, but they're still well restrained.
Right.
Oreo wants to have a word with these bad men.
And then once he has them tied up, he's going to take that hand that he just massaged Krista's feet with, and he's going to wave it underneath their noses to try to wake them up.
So you put...
yes.
You put
Can you say advantage?
You put the touch of death on the side of their faces, and you can see their unconscious bodies tense up, but they remain asleep.
He takes a little bit of water and he splashes it underneath their face and hey, wake up.
Again, pouring water on them, it does literally nothing. Like they're out cold.
He turns back around to Barnett and Sildar and he goes, that's all I got. You guys got other things you want to try?
Yeah. Why don't we take a short rest while we wait for them to wake up?
I like the way you think.
Yeah, enjoy
It's a good idea.
A meal and a drink while we're waiting.
Krista comes out 20 minutes after. She's got a tray of Tostino's pizza rolls, Aioli Tostino's pizza rolls. She's got drinks for the party, Can I get you guys some popcorn?
Did you say popcorn?
Yeah, we have cornfields,
Don't worry, our little friend here, he popped plenty of it earlier. We're good.
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna go back to making booze. And she is barefoot, by the way. She doesn't wear shoes.
Oreo suspects the drink comes from her foot.
Ooh, nice 12.
Excellent. So after about an hour of so are resting, the ruffians begin to shake in their chairs. They rouse themselves into consciousness, and they're very surprised.
Wow, good morning, pretty princesses.
Oi!
Seems
Cut.
you've gotten yourselves in quite a pickle now, haven't you?
Get me loose of these bonds!
Now. Relax, or you're just going to hurt yourself, like you hurt yourself earlier.
You assholes! You're the one who hurt us! They're still wriggling in their chairs.
At that point, I'm just going to look over at Vito and I'm going to say, hey, Vito, if they move, eat their faces.
You got it, boss.
They start wiggling a little bit harder, but more subtly, shimmying.
He walks over to one of them and he bends right down and starts just open mouth breathing on him so he can smell that breath that hasn't been, his teeth haven't been brushed in decades at this point. So he's just breathing that nasty stank breath on their face.
Bugbear stank breath. That's
Oh.
the worst.
Oh! He's gagging. What do
You bad men are stupid. We come here. We're looking for cheese.
I don't know what cheese you're talking about.
You could be selling Oreo cheese. Instead, you're getting bugbear breath.
I don't have cheese.
What is that smell? What is the smell? If you don't have cheese, what is the smell?
I've shat my pants.
Vito bends down and smells it like it's smelling a dirty diaper and goes, just nods.
Please don't hurt me. Please, I'm just a gangster. I'm just a hired mercenary. I'm not important.
So, perhaps you'd like to start at the beginning with why it is you felt it necessary to harass us.
Because you look like schmucks.
That's really funny coming from somebody who's tied to a chair.
Well, don't blame me. It's my job. I'm supposed to be harassing people in the town.
Oh, according to who?
Oh.
It's my boss. His name's Glassstaff. He's a real stupid bloke. He's got the staff. It's made out of glass.
How very original.
Tell us more about this glass staff.
I
Have you worked for him?
I mean, I've been working with Glassstaff for like 4 or 5 years, but you know, he's this very powerful wizard.
Is he a
He's your leader,
cheese
you say?
wizard?
For the last time, I don't have any information on cheese. I don't even like cheese. I'm lactose intolerant.
Well, now you've just lost all credibility.
Vito takes a step back and sniffs the air. Does he smell any cheese?
Not currently, no.
Oreo he's gonna sniff the guy's clothes, like get right up on him and sniff his clothes. Do I smell the cheese on him?
His scent is a mixture of the alcohol you drank in the bar, body odor, and the smell of that poor woman's foot.
I think maybe you're wearing cologne to cover up the cheese.
I do not have any cheese, nor
Okay.
have I ever possessed any cheese.
All
I
right,
swear to
well,
God, you better just kill me now if these are going to be the rest of your questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he holds the war pick up on top of his head and raises it up.
Oh dear God, this is how I go.
Doesn't have to be. How do we, Glassstaff? How do we talk to Glassstaff?
He's over in the manor. That's where our base is, underneath.
Oh, but you see, Oreo is wise. Oreo knows. We walk up to the manor. A bunch of you guys come out and try to beat us up. How do we avoid that?
I can't see any way of you avoiding all of them in the manor. You're gonna need more people.
Why don't you
I
just
think-
let us worry about numbers? Is there like a password or something that we need to know to get in?
I mean, there's no password, but there are some bugbears.
And Vito's ears immediately perk up and he goes, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, they look exactly like you, ugly.
Hey, that's
Vito,
racist.
Vito takes his hand, he lifts it up and goes, "What was that?"
They look exactly like you. Gleefully.
Much
look-
better.
I want to look around. Wondering if I can make a nature roll or something to try to find some ants or some harmless insect, like a small group of them nearby the area.
Yeah. You don't even need to roll for that.
So I get that. I do have a little bit of honey, and I say,
Oh,
Listen.
you're evil.
listen, I really, it pains me to do this, but you're not cooperating, and killing you would be just too easy. And I start pouring a little bit of honey on his crotch area with his clothing, and I grab a few of the bugs, like ants, like an anthill.
Whoa,
And
whoa,
I'm
whoa,
kinda
whoa,
get on-
whoa, 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 whoa,
I let-
whoa, hold
I let
on,
him get on my. I go, listen, it's not gonna kill you, but it's it's not gonna feel good. So come on.
hold on, hold on. Okay, before you do anything rash, let me tell you everything I know. There's this dude, the Black Spider. He hired us to go harass adventurers. And there's more. There's more. The complex. There's this eye monster that's guarding it, and there's some captives. In a holding area. We have captives too. That's all I know. That's all I know. I swear.
Say
Why?
good.
Why you take captives?
I don't know. I'm not the boss. Do I look like the boss to you? I'm strapped to a chair, about to get my nuts eaten by ants.
Vito turns his back towards the little guy and to the guy strapped to the chairs and looks at Barnett and goes, "Didn't Yimik mention something about a black spider and a King Grohl or whatever it was?"
If you look at the notes, yeah. I go, I do remember something about it. I just can't remember quite yet the detail. But that name had come up before.
That's right.
As I'm eating a little bit of the honey with the ants.
That's right.
You
he said,
monster.
He recalls what it said, that the messenger told him that someone named the Black Spider was paying the Cragmaws to watch out for the dwarf Gundren Rockseeker, capture him, and send him anything he was carrying back to King Grohl.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the one. The Black Spider. I haven't seen him, but he hired Glassstaff, my boss. He must be pretty powerful.
I look at Barnett and say, hey, I mean, if Black Spider hired this Glassstaff guy, maybe we go check that guy out?
No, you don't want to go there. You guys are far too weak. You'll never kill Glassstaff with your numbers.
Maybe you rub a little bit of honey on his nuts and maybe he'll tell you some stuff. Seems to be a magical potion. All right, and then he turns back around to this guy and says, all right, I get it. You think we're weaklings. If you were to go there, how many people would you suggest going in with?
I mean, like 5 or 6?
So he looks back at Barnett and goes, maybe we need to go find a little bit more of a backup.
I don't even know where we would begin to do this. Does anyone have any suggestions?
I feel obliged to mention that you have 2 party members that are
Missing currently. Yeah.
Hydrate time.
just as a DM.
This is a sidetrack adventure. Okay, come on, folks.
Thank you.
Get with the program.
Thank you, Baby Green Witch, for the reminder.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Ginger ale, because I'm in a house that doesn't have goddamn soda.
Ginger ale is soda.
With caffeine.
Okay.
Ginger ale doesn't have caffeine, does it? Okay. It has sugar, but no caffeine.
No, ginger ale and Sprite don't.
Okay.
Lovely.
Sorry, lemon lime soda.
Lemon lime drank.
Unless Sprite wants to sponsor us, I'll just throw that out there.
Not a sponsor.
It goes out to Sprite. That's not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Okay.
Well,
Right,
if we want to go and try to pick up some extra backup, the classic place to find adventurers is typically...
Vito goes,
Bar.
I know. I forgot. The tavern.
The tavern.
Yeah.
There we go. Vito has like this little. It gets a little bit taller with his posture.
There's a posture check, so everybody sit up straight.
That must be for me.
Oh, you suck. Whoever did that.
King of the slouches.
Okay.
All right, so the Revian, he has given you all he has to give. He slumps forward in the chair. He's defeated. At this point, The sun is coming down. It's almost nighttime.
What are we gonna do
best-
with these?
Well, I mean, I definitely I search them. I search them both, see if they have any coin, anything like that, other than their weapons.
They have about 3 or so copper pieces on them each, along with their short sword and
Okay. Well, I
their cloaks.
okay. Are their cloaks a certain color and
Yes.
like
Yes.
Oh,
Each
okay.
one of them had a scarlet cloak.
okay? Well, I definitely take their cloaks and I take their short swords and say, "You won't be needing these. Consider yourselves lucky."
Oh, come
Unless
on.
someone-
You don't
unless
need
someone-
those. You have your own swords. I'm gonna get yelled at by my boss.
Unless someone has an objection, I'm ready to just release them without their sword and cloaks.
Um,
And
so they
and
can try to
clothes.
fight us again later.
You might as well slit my throat.
Well,
There's some place we can lock them up.
yeah, is there like a militia here we can report them to or not?
There is a town hall, and I believe it does have a
Town Master's Hall has 2 cells.
it has 2 cells.
Cool.
While they're busy untying them and walking them over, Vito's gonna walk over to the dead bodies and also take the robes off of them.
Okay, so you have 4 robes total.
Yeah, 4 cloaks.
Someone might want to mark that down on their character sheet or their notes. Hold on, let me update the information handout for you guys.
Barnett, you want to put it on yours?
Yeah, I'll put. You want me to put all 4, or do you want me to just put 2?
Put all 4 on yours, and I'll
Okay.
I'll take the 6 copper that you found on the other guys.
Sounds good. Inventory.
I'll be the First National Bank of Vito.
Oreo tells the ruffian, "You're lucky we're letting you live," while he's drawing "I Heart Saloon" on his shirt.
Vito tries to put it on and probably comes down to like just above his belly button.
Kind of a baby Huey thing going on.
Yeah, big time. More like Chris Farley. It's like fat guy in a little coat.
So where are you bringing them? Or you're letting them go, right?
Thought we were gonna take them to the Town Master's Hall.
I think we're gonna take them to the
All right, so drag them over. This tab.
Oreo takes while they're when they stand up, he takes their pants off. That's it. So they'll arrest them for public nudity.
So as you go to the tavern, there's this large man, male human. He's very greasy. He's got like brown hair. He's a little bit upset that you killed 2 of them.
Well, they killed the bugbear twice. We just made it even.
He's very confused. He introduces himself. He says, "My name is Harbin Wester. I'm here the mayor of this town."
Well, Mayor Wester, they attacked us first. We really didn't have much of a choice but to defend ourselves.
Well, I mean, you've done a great service to Phandelver. However, I cannot abide by you murdering on the streets of my town. I must say, I'm very upset.
Oh, no. Oreo does not murder. Oreo simply defended himself and his friends. Murder requires premeditated intent. Oreo's wise.
I'm quite distraught.
you know, these ruffians, they're gonna come back and harass the town.
No,
You
I
know
don't
what?
believe they will.
Yeah. Have they been a problem before? And if so, we would be glad to deal with them if you need that kind of assistance.
They've been a thorn in my side for as long as I've been mayor of this town. But I just can't do anything about them. I'll tell you what, though. You know, you killed those ruffians. I need someone to do a task for me. Maybe not today. It's almost sundown, but I need someone to head east on the tribal trail. There's a band of orcs over by Wyvern Tord. He offers 100 gold pieces to you guys if you can take care of the problem.
Does he have any? I asked him for. Yeah. Does anyone have any more information about this clan of orcs, or anything that could help us gather more information about them before we just go out there and?
I mean, I can give you a map, but that's about all I know. They've been harassing travelers.
Vito goes,
I can take
how
them up.
many of these, how many of them are there?
Do I look like I've gone over and taken a look at them? I've been busy here, being mayor of this here town.
I let Vito know. I grab the map from the mayor, and I say, "Hey, Vito," and just like not letting the mayor hear too much of it, I say out to the group. I go, "Listen, I've dealt with orcs before. I can probably give you a rough estimate of numbers if I could just get within the area, investigate the tracks. The orcs are very distinctive in leaving markings and trails, and I think I can give you those numbers and informations and what we need once we're in the general area."
All right.
In game terms, it's one of my favorite enemies, and I can gather more information about them.
Yeah. Is there anything more I can do for you this fine evening?
Yes, there is.
Speak.
100 gold pieces, but how much cheese do you have?
Cheese. I'm not familiar with cheese as a payment for services rendered. Perhaps you could be more elaborate.
Yes. Oreo wants cheese.
I don't have any.
If our little friend wants some cheese, I'm sure you can get a wheel of cheese.
I mean, we
That's
have cheese, but not. I mean, it's just cheese.
Did I say magic cheese? I'm asking for cheese.
I mean, I have like a wedge in my larder. But
No. I need a much cheese. I need cheese to offer to great, beautiful saloon.
you know, my friends, I think your companion is a bit perhaps weary from the road. Why don't you?
His eyes flash as he casts thaumaturgy, and his voice booms. He looks a little bit larger, and he says, "Oreo needs cheese."
He's like very intimidated. Like I don't want any trouble. I mean,
a wheel of cheese, and 100 gold. That's a good deal.
I could give you some cheese, but I don't think it's what what are you again? He's talking to Oreo.
I'm Oreo.
I don't
am
think it's
mighty.
what this Oreo folk is talking about.
Oreo turns. He's flabbergasted. He says cheese, and the guy has cheese, and he's not offering cheese. So Oreo's like, I don't even know what to do with this man. Oreo wants cheese. He's mumbling as he's walking out of the room. Oreo wants cheese. He says he has cheese. We won't get me cheese.
Vito follows after him, trying to console him.
I heard from the folks over at the inn that you solved the cornfield problem. didn't Harbin offer you free room and board for your stay?
That is correct.
It is quite late out here. I can't see you getting much progress done. Perhaps you'd like to evacuate for the night.
Before we go, is there a reward for us chasing the Red Brands out?
I mean, I suppose if you were to completely take care of the ruffians, I could offer you something a bit more substantial.
I'm listening.
There's, we have an armory, but not much of a militia here. I'd be willing to give you some weaponry and armor from our stock, if you'd be so inclined.
Well,
Oreo pokes his head back in. Oh yeah, well, weapons, armors, whatever, but no cheese, no.
we intend to remove the Red Brand threat from Phandelver, one way or the other. And so, access to this armory is only going to aid us. But I don't suppose maybe you could do a little better, perhaps some coin?
I can't say I have, much to give. I can't be taken from my own bank.
Well, otherwise, it's just going to depress your economy here, isn't it?
I suppose.
You have to spend money to make money, friend.
I suppose you're correct, but I don't know. I feel remiss to part with any of my coin. How about this? If you take care of the ruffian threat completely, I'll give you 50 gold pieces.
How about 75?
This is fair. 75 gold pieces.
Okay.
And in addition, the Lord's Alliance would like to set up an embassy in Phandelver.
I can arrange this.
Done. And Sildar extends his hand.
All right. The deal has been made.
Yep, I'm good with it.
So, you guys do have the option to sleep in the inn, or you can try and find other accommodations. But since it's paid for, I'd imagine that's where you're headed.
Well, we gotta go
Yes.
there anyway and try to recruit backup, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, why don't you guys go ahead and take a long rest for me?
Cool.
And we'll also be taking our first break of the evening. So, it is currently 8:37 p.m. Let's say we'll be back here at 8:50.
Okay.
Alright. So, we'll see you guys in about 13 minutes.
Great.
Hello, it's Lombard Goldstein, but you can call me Lombard. If you're enjoying the show, make sure to join our Discord server. We have a great community of D&D players, and we host weekly games. Also, check out the other games on our Twitch channel. Okay, well now I have to go peel goop off of a rock because he sat too long. Bye!
All right, welcome back. We just finished our break, and now we are done with our long rest. To start, Ray, while you were sleeping, you dreamt of a rat burrowing through the ground. And
okay.
and Oreo, while you were dreaming, you dreamt of the moon.
Okay.
Beautiful moon.
So, as you guys wake up, make your way downstairs, into the tavern area of the inn, Oreo gets a familiar whiff of cheese, as a rat scurries through a hole in the wall, and out the front door.
Cheese! And I get up, this way, cheese! And scamper out the door where the rat went.
Are you gonna follow?
Of course.
I would assume so.
Vito's still wiping like the crusties out of the side of his eye as he's sort of fumbling towards the front door.
So you start running down the road, trying to keep up with the mouse holding this piece of cheese. And he's running into alleyways, he's running behind houses, through people's yards. And then he goes into someone's house. He goes in the side of someone's house.
Like through a hole?
Through a hole, yeah.
I have no choice but to get like a deja vu, and I say, I had a really strange dream last night of a rat burrowing into the ground. This can't be a coincidence.
Vito's eyes like get real wide. He goes, "Do you think?" Like, and then, like, right, and he can't quite put the thoughts together in his head.
I go, I mean, I've heard of callings, but this is strange.
Sometimes Saloon talks to us in our dreams.
Should we pursue?
Oh yeah, this is Saloon's will. Let's. And he runs up to the house's front door, and starts knocking.
So Oreo goes up to the door and starts wailing on it, with much speed and force, and to the door comes a very large man.
You must have the wrong place. I'm not looking to buy anything. Be gone with you. Have a nice day.
You have a rat in your house, and that rat has cheese, and I'm following that rat.
I have no rats, and I have no cheese. I don't know what you speak of.
You have a rat. I saw him go in a hole in the side of your house.
Vito takes a big whiff to see if he can smell any cheese coming through the door.
You can definitely get a hint of cheese.
Vito goes, I'm not too sure about that, buddy. Mind if we take a look?
By the amount of blood stains on your clothes, you're either butcherers or adventurers. By the amount of weapons, I would imagine adventurers.
I turn to Barnett and I go, this guy's quick.
All right. Come on in. Come, take a seat. There's a table there. Make yourselves at home.
Is he human?
He is. He's human.
Okay. Big guy, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It looks like he eats about 5 dozen eggs.
I love that your definition of big guys is a guy who eats 5 dozen eggs.
If you get the joke, you
Well-
get the joke.
When he was younger, he
I
ate
get
4
the
dozen
joke.
eggs.
Yes!
Anymore.
It's,
He's
So Vito-
especially good at expectorating.
Yeah. He walks in, he takes the chair, he spins it around, and he sits on it backwards.
oh, why aren't you a gangster?
I close the door and I lock it. Then I come back over to. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing in the house?
Ray, would you mind bringing your token over?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
One screen. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Oreo 2, I'll drag that
Okay.
over.
Sorry.
Nope. Oh,
Big
girthy boy.
The Oreo leans forward, squints at the man, and says, "Are you stockpiling cheese?"
Now that you're all here, all well seated, you've put me in a position where I suppose I should reveal myself and, well, you are not wrong. Perhaps your hunches are all correct, and it may take a little explaining about this precarious position that we are all in. Now, for me to begin, when I was young, a strapping young lad who went into fields and fought with little creatures and was making a name for himself, I came across what seemed to be a normal cow until it spoke to me. And this thing had much to say. Oh, how it spoke and how it revealed to me itself as a wizard. And I thought, a wizard? What could you be doing as a cow? And it told me that it is polymorphed and that it had some experiment gone wrong and it was trapped. But I was thirsty in that moment and I could not help myself. And I, after all my training, while it spoke to me, went and I drank from the teat of the magic cow, and that taste spoke to me, and I could only think from that moment, I must make cheese from this. And so I went back to that field every day until I grew bigger and stronger each time, and I took that cow down into my cellar. And sadly, that cow did not have the lifespan that I do today, and I have outlived it, but I have started to make cheese from this. And I know that one day, once it is aged enough, it shall be the best cheese that ever lived, that ever was, and I will go out and spread it among the world. Now, you are here for my cheese today, and that is most unfortunate, because no one who knows about the cheese can live.
Roll initiative.
And I
Woo!
have advantage.
What a monologue.
Vito, don't forget advantage.
Yes, sir.
Why don't we give it up to Jay for that excellent speech?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, cheese man.
Excellent job.
I mean, a man with that much passion for cheese deserves to live to fight another day, my friend. I love rolling a 6. Yay.
Beats my nat 1.
All right. Vito, you're up first.
Vito turns to him and goes, "Is that right, cheese man? Oh, let's see how much you like a little bit of treatment from Vito." And he clashes his knuckles together and goes in for a right hook across his jaw. $17?
Yeah,
That
that's
hits.
a hit.
Great. 8 damage.
Okay.
And Vito takes the chair that was there and he flings it to the side to make sure that he has a good stance on the ground, and that's the end of his turn.
All right, Oreo.
Well, things are going swimmingly so far, so
I yell at Oreo to back off, but
yeah, Oreo just knows he wants the guy's cheese, so Sacred Flame. Oh. So DC
Ooh,
14
not
saving
bad.
throw.
That's good damage right there.
Which DC?
Dexterity.
So if I can see that I've got advantage on it.
Thanks.
Okay. At 20.
Ooh.
So
a-
does
a
that mean I take
flame-
half?
No, it's a cantrip. A flame erupts
0
beside
damage.
you, and you kind of sidestep it.
Ha! Your fire won't touch me!
No fair. We just want cheese.
Barnett.
Then you shall have death.
Okay. I will. He's obviously a threat. He's big, strong. He's taking massive injuries. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him as a bonus action, and then I will push up here. I jump onto the table, come across, and get between Oreo and Assaulton. And then my action to attack him with advantage there. Here goes. This will be the long sword.
Ooh.
Oh,
right. That's what I'm talking about. For a walloping 16 damage. And plus
Plus-
1d plus 3 for the Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
Not bad. That's a good day. That's it. That ends my turn.
Assaulting.
Oh, he is looking bad. Oh, he is looking bad right now. And so Sultan is there, bloody, and he's looking terrible. And he just goes as he starts to rage for the trees. And he brings up his axe. And as he's being struck in the back, he turns around. He sees Barnett, and he just comes down with an attack. And
It's gonna hurt.
they-
Oh.
Yeah, that
21
definitely
to
hits.
hit.
Point of question here. I have interception as a fighting style. Would I be able to reduce the damage from this because I'm holding the hand axe in my other hand? Or is it because I'm not within 5 feet of Barnett?
Aren't? Oh no. I don't.
Is it? I'm not sure. Click on it. I think it's either.
Click
I think you
on-
got to be. I think it's within 5 feet of the person, right? Or is
Yeah.
it the opponent?
When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an
It's
Oh,
just the
attack.
there you
target.
go.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Cool. Cool.
So roll damage and we'll reduce it.
All right.
All right. And how much does it get
6.
reduced? Oh, plus your strength mod.
Plus your proficiency modifier. So just hit that 1d10 that you see there, Vito, on the chat.
The
Oh, okay.
target has to be within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, I was gonna say Barnett would have to be within 5 feet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not rolling
It's the
the.
target. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. 6 damage. Oof.
Oh no,
That's-
plus the strength, the rage
Oh,
bonus.
the range. So 8.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Anything else, Sultan?
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
One attack.
Sildar.
I'm going to sort of just amble up onto the table so I can get my bearings for a good strike. And I'm going to open with, so you described that polymorphed wizard as a he? Is that right?
It was a cow with udders. What can I tell you? Maybe
You
it
said
referred
he-
to itself as a he, but what I had tits, as you might refer to it, peasant.
Okay, just making sure. The door behind him, is that open?
No, it is not.
I'm gonna try to kick him through the door.
Sure. Roll to hit. Yeah, that'll work. I'd say you can kick him into the door. It might not go all the way, but you'll definitely crack the door open and he'll fall in.
Well, it's a shove. He gets to make a contested roll, right?
Oh, right.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
I doubt it. You have advantage.
Oh, do
Oof.
I?
You're
Oh,
raging.
okay.
Doesn't need
Oh
it.
yeah, true that. Well, not needed, I guess. I catch your foot, just push it back.
Anything
Confuse
else?
me with words, will you?
I feel like you might have a brother named Zeus. I'm done.
It's awesome.
Vito's quite enjoying this right now. Vito's going to take his knuckles and try to get him another one right underneath the chin. So
At advantage for the flanking.
yes, 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
So that's 9 bludgeoning, and then I'm going to burn my action surge.
You
Oh,
don't need
well,
to.
you'll be
You
hitting
don't-
an unconscious body at that
Oh, okay.
point.
You don't
Gotcha.
need to.
Yeah, I don't want to kill him. I want to knock him unconscious.
Well, actually, he doesn't fall unconscious. He just slumps to the floor.
This is battle rage.
And he loses his rage.
Oh.
Oh, that guy hits hard.
My head. Oh. Oh my god. The things. Oh. How long? Been 40 years? Oh. Oh, there's been so much. Oh, my mom. My friends. My dog Googles. Oh. So many have died for cheese. Why? Why have I done this? Oh! This cheese, this wizard, he must have cursed the cheese somehow. I wanted so much out of life, and for 40 years I've been cultivating cheese. What is wrong with me? Oh! Oh no. The cheese. It must have been cursed by the wizard. It's taken everything from me. Everyone's dead. Everyone. We must take it. We must kill it, burn it, do something to it. The wizard. He's had his revenge on me. The things I've done. I have not been myself. I feel like I'm walking through a mist and come to the edge. I'm so sorry for attacking all. Please help me. I must take. We must destroy this cheese. There's nothing good of it. Down in the cellar. We must go quickly. We must before it takes any toll on me or you. Please, adventurers. You've proven yourself. You're capable. Let's go down into the cellar and take care of this cheese. We must quickly, please. Will you help me?
Yes. We will take care of the cheese. You can stay here. We will
Vito-
take care of cheese.
Vito's trying to assess if this guy is acting at all or if this is genuine. He's at the end of his rope.
He has tears in his eyes. He's sweating. His hands are shaking. He looks very genuine to you.
Vito's gonna grab him and sit him up on one of the chairs, and he'll get some water and put it in front of him and try to calm him down.
But Jay, you remember what we discussed, right? In regards to the leveling thing.
Mhm.
Okay, you can
Of
go
course,
ahead and
of
do
course.
that.
All right. So yeah, you see Assaulted's just crying with his head down on the table.
Vito just sits there. He starts patting him. I goes, there. It's all right. I've been in your seat before. You'll be okay, buddy.
Did you kill your friends and your family while possessed by cheese?
Can't say that I have.
Oh,
Don't like cheese that much. Here, let me see if I can help you. And he goes over to the fire, sees if there's anything in there cooking, tries to rustle up a plate to try to calm his nerves a little bit.
There is some food in the little fireplace cooking, like a steak, some potatoes, 5 dozen eggs.
Vito cuts it into equal portions, and he gives some to him, and then Vito just sits there and he starts eating next to him.
He just knocks the plate off of the table. Just go down and please just go kill that evil cheese. Who knows? It's still there. I feel it itching in the back of my mind. Go, please, just do
Yes,
what you need to do.
All right. I get it. You don't like the cheese anymore. We'll take care of it. And he motions to Oreo and Barnett and Sildar to go down. He's going to stay up here with the Sultan.
The door to the cellar is locked.
I stand up. I'm like, you need this, but I'll guide you. It's not pretty down there. And I go to the door and I open it up and I start walking down. And after I go like a certain ways, you start hearing the crunching of bones.
Ominous. Alright, hold on, let me drag your tokens. This map has dynamic lighting, so you either do need dark vision or you need a torch.
I suppose I would have lit up a torch at the front, because I can't see either.
Correct.
I can't see this map, so I guess I'll just watch it on stream.
Hold on, I haven't put your token on yet. God, why do they spawn you so thick? Alright, dynamic lighting.
That's what.
I can see my token, but I can't see anything else.
Say that's what she said.
Yeah, hold on.
You're like, that's what she said.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we need more than one person with a torch. And so I will.
Oh, hold on. Warrior says, whoa, hold on, everyone. Gather around. And he casts this on everyone.
Look at that.
So you have the best dark vision in the game, 300 feet.
All right, hold on. Let me quickly set that up for everyone. Bam. 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 And all right. Excuse me. Jeez. All right. You guys should be able to see, right? Everyone?
Yep. Affirmative.
Well,
All right.
also, while
Excellent.
we're traveling, guess I'll cast Cure Wounds on our wounded ranger.
Cool.
Ugh, terrible.
Hey, that's okay. Hey, man, I'm not complaining. And I still got my Hunter's Mark active, so I'm down. Hasn't been an hour, so we're good here. Fine.
Where is this cheese?
Follow me. I know the way.
So you said that we heard bones crunching as we were going down the stairs?
Oh,
Correct.
yes.
Vito tries to look down because he gets a little skittish about that stuff. Do I get a sense of size, shape, if there's a link to any animal or being that I've seen before?
You've seen humans, right?
Okay, just making sure. Yeah. Okay, humans.
Oreo also touches Sildar to give him advantage on the next initiative.
And Vito, seeing the bones, he gets a little weary and he pulls out his hand axe and he's got it back at his side again.
Sildar nods his head at Oreo and thanks.
Balloon will make you alert.
There's 4 sets of doors here from each side. And is that what I think it is over there? Is that an oven or like a furnace?
That's a door.
I
Oh, it's a door.
I I've been here so many times, but I can't find the key. I don't know why. I don't have it on me. I'm checking my pocket. It must be down here somewhere. I don't know. I've been in a haze for decades now. We have to look around for a key. I know there's a key to one of these doors that we need to find, but I've lost it. I don't know which room we need to go into. We just need to look around, I guess. I'm lost.
Vito, do we need to roll initiative for this at all, or can we just
You
check?
can just open the doors.
Yeah, Vito's gonna he's gonna keep his hand axe out, but he's gonna open up the door to see what's in this one right here.
Can we search this room first?
Yeah, let's. I'm like Vito, hey, let's check this room first, see if we find the key, and let's try to stay consolidated to each door. Safety in numbers, my friend.
He goes, "Oh, right," and he
Okay.
turns back around.
Mhm.
Are we investigating or
So
perceiving?
you open this door.
Oh, no.
Not
Did
that
he op-
one.
He
We
didn't
were
open the
gonna
door. correct?
investigate.
Yeah, we were gonna. I managed to stop him before he opens the door. At least I hope I did.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
talking about video store. I'm talking about the one in front of you. I thought you were
Oh.
opening that.
No, not
We were
yet.
gonna search this
Yeah, we're-
whole room that we're in right now
Okay.
first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So around it is just a bunch of kegs full of alcohol, some shields, some parchment, some crates full of like grain. Nothing that stands out really.
Is there anything written on the parchment?
Just some scribbles about cheese
That's some damn good cheese.
and like the cheese making process. Like this is clearly where he was doing research on making cheese.
I'm
Sure.
gonna smash open like the front of one of these kegs, like the part where you'd put maybe like a tap and just start drinking.
Yeah, what flows out is a very muddy brown liquid, and the players can distinguish it as the alcohol that they got at the tavern they were
Giant.
at. Yeah, the Sleeping Giant.
Krista's concoction, if you will.
I think it's
Yes.
foot juice.
He doesn't listen as he just guzzle it down. He needs something right now because
Yeah, there's too much to go on in his head.
like not right now. Pop, 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 pop.
He goes, hey buddy, cut loose from the foot juice. Kick off your shoes, maybe, and get
The
a
Sunday
little
shoes.
comfortable. Yeah, probably your Sunday shoes. I mean, I don't know what the day of the week it is.
I have no
Well-
idea what you're talking about, and I will just continue to drink. This is what I need. Oh. Did you find the key?
No
Hmm?
key has been found as of yet.
Oh.
I look at Oriole, Soldar, and Vito. Which door do you guys want to open first?
Vito gets a little lazy. He's like, how about this one?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, hold on, let me position myself here.
So he's gonna keep his hand axe out to the side as he goes to push open the door.
Okay,
Yep,
ready? On three.
I take out my longbow and cock an arrow.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, hold on. Oop. There we go.
Looks clear.
Hold on.
Oh man, lag.
Ooh. As Sildar says, it looks clear. 3 surges drop from the ceiling, and you are all surprised, or at least the people in the room. Why don't you roll me some initiative?
Gladly, sir.
And Sildar gets advantage on this one.
Indeed.
Diddly doodly.
Did you forget to click your token,
I
Ken?
did click on my token.
Alright, hold on, I got you. Where the hell? Oh, nope.
Man, I just love rolling crappy initiative. I have a 17 perception, and I roll crappy initiative. Love it.
Yeah, I have to say, their stealth check beat your passive perception by
Right.
1.
No, I'm no doubt. I'm no doubt. I'm just saying. I'm like, gosh darn it.
All right. So, we are, just to remind you, using the modified surprise rules, whereas you get half your movement, no reaction, and disadvantage on your attack.
Cool.
So you still get to
Vito-
do something.
Yeah. Vito, take a step forward. He's gonna take his hand axe and try to attack the Sturgis right there.
Okey-doke.
13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Oof. As Vito misses, he goes, "Okay, I no, don't mean any harm right here." And he stands his ground, but he's trying to play it off.
Okay.
That's it.
Sildar.
I'm going to try and smack the one at the end of the room here
Go for it.
to avoid later flanking. You said with disadvantage, right?
Correct.
How's a 16?
That definitely hits. Yes.
9 bludgeoning?
You bring down the hammer and smash it into a bloody pulp, as well as the crate that it's on top.
Oh, losing some cheese. And I'm going to reposition over here for later flanking. And I'm done.
Okay. Hasselton.
All right. So once I hear a commotion, I'm just going to charge in.
You only get 15
Yep.
feet of movement.
15. I'm gonna charge towards the door, I guess, and I will go here. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Sturge 1 is going to try and attack Vito. Okay. Does a 12 hit?
It does not. Vito ducks out of the way and goes, not so fast are you, huh?
Oreo.
He holds up the emblem on his shield and says, "Time to burn." And Sacred Flame on the one by Vito. It's not too good. So, yeah,
Bad as it
I
gets.
hate that. Don't you hate ones, man? Ones are like the worst.
terrible. I keep rolling them, too.
Well, it does connect.
For that whopping 1
For
point.
that whopping 1 damage.
That's
Okay.
like a third of his hit points.
Doesn't have a
Like
lot
a
of hit
child who
points.
touched the stove, you know, like.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Barnett.
I aim my arrow at the one that's attacking Vito, and I attack.
Okay. That misses.
Gosh, suck. I'll push up here. Other than that, that's it. I'm done.
All right. And this Sturge will try and blood drain on Silder. And that is a miss as well. So back to Vito.
Vito goes, let's try this again, huh? We're going to swing the hand axe. This time it's just a straight roll, right?
Correct.
Yep, doesn't hit. Vito misses again. He goes,
We are rolling so crappy.
Silder.
I'm going to warhammer this thing into the ground like a fly swatter. Or actually, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's
Oh,
funny. I
sorry.
imagine like boxes and crates getting hit.
Yeah. Anything else, Sultan? Or I'm sorry, Silder.
Nah.
Okay. Asselton.
All right, I'm gonna run up another 15 feet, but this time I'm going to grapple the Sturge.
Oh,
You're gonna grapple the Sturge.
I'm just gonna grab it and try and like pin it to the ground.
okay.
Roll me that athletics.
All right, there you go. That's a +5 to equal a 9. Yeah, boy.
You get it. You get it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got that motherfucker. Then. All right, and that's the end of my turn.
Alright, it's gonna try and weasel its way out. Oh, it fails. Oreo.
would the Sacred Flame have done anything on the Sturge's turn?
Negative.
No, it would not. Okay.
All
We're
right.
getting a bonfire.
Yeah. So Oreo's going to drop his. Well, he's not actually holding anything yet, but he pulls out a net from his pack and runs up here and throws the net. That's 10
Unassaulted.
feet. That's 10 feet, right? So he's going to have to hop up here. Can he hop up onto this
Sure.
right there?
Yeah, the ceilings are about 12 feet high.
Okay. So he throws the net at this Sturge.
Yes,
Um,
net.
See if I can figure. Let's see, just that. 11.
The Sturge is able to slip out from underneath the net before it lands.
Damn things.
Oh, fair. Yeah. Well, that was my whole thing. So
Might I add that it is quite pungent down here.
Like cheesy pungent?
Yes. Barnett.
I'll push up right to the doorway and attack the one that is in front of Soldar with the longbow again.
Okay. That hits. And that'll do it. Anything else?
That's all I can do for my turn.
Vito.
So this one's grappled by a sultan, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Vito's just gonna take his knuckles and ram it down into the thing's face.
Got in the master lock, you know.
Would I get advantage on this?
No.
17?
That'll definitely hit.
Blood and guts just all over his knuckles.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Alright. That will be the end of this encounter.
Vito's gonna turn to his sultan and say, "What the hell you got running around down here? Got a bug problem?"
You see, I have no idea. Did I not make it clear I've been in a mist for decades? I have no idea what's down here. This is new to me. What are these things?
Well, I don't know. I saw him outside a little while ago, maybe yesterday. Saw a few down here. I don't know.
All right, then you and I both have no idea what's going on. Do you see a key?
And Vito says, "In more ways than one, buddy."
Then grab it and
Oh,
try it
no,
on
I
some
don't. I
other
don't mean the
wounds.
key. I said you and I have no idea what's going on. I said in more ways than one.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep drinking. You guys keep looking for a key. I move on to another barrel and just stop pounding that one.
This one is
We lost somebody.
it looks like Ray has disappeared from the mortal
There he
plane.
is.
Oh, and he's back.
I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Vito's keeping an eye on his sultan. Not quite sure why he's drinking so much.
Instead
suspicion.
of these barrels being filled with alcohol, these barrels are filled with the finest milk.
Ugh,
You don't like milk?
not unrefrigerated milk for however long it's been here.
It is quite sour.
It's an acquired taste.
I will throw this barrel and then make my way out towards where the alcohol ones were.
Chunky style.
Mm.
Vito's gonna follow after him and keep an eye, see if anything is out of sorts with him.
Well, you'll see him chugging more of this brown foot liquid that you saw before.
Alright, disclaimer, it's not foot liquid. I feel like I have to address this now.
That was the time.
It's important enough to have to require like special attention and addressment.
We've established it's called foot juice.
That's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, Vito's keeping an eye on him, seeing if anything's changing with this dude. Since he's a bit skittish. Vito's a little unsure about him right now. He's keeping at least one eye on him.
Right. Alright, so you've opened up one door. There's 3 left. Or 4 left, rather.
Oreo's wondering, did anyone try to open the door? The cheese door?
No.
We have not.
Sultan said it was locked.
But
And
he didn't try it.
I fear it's a bad idea, Oreo.
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pragmatic. I think we should search all the side doors in the event that something comes out of them when we open that door. But
Well,
if
which
you,
one next?
the one closest to you, you're there.
I'm closest to the cheese door.
Want to open up this one here on the right? Sure.
All right, same thing on the count of 3. You count it off.
Maybe we should let Barnett and Oreo get a little closer. There we go.
There we go. Again with the longbow.
Sultan, we're gonna check this room over here. You mind giving us a hand?
Ugh, all right, fine. I'm coming.
All right, and then Vito gives a 3, 2, 1, opens it up, and he has the hand axe in his other hand.
Okay. Go ahead and enter the room. Where there's tons of blood on the floor and a treasure chest over in the corner.
Blood. Okay. I guess that's what I should be looking at.
I'm looking at the ceiling.
Vito's looking at a Sultan.
I'll do my best to look for any discernible tracks or what caused this blood to kind of make its way here.
It's definitely human blood.
In a Sultan's drunken stupor, he's gonna look over to Vito's, giving him the eyes, be like, you don't need to be so jealous. If you want something to drink, just ask. I'll give you something.
He goes, I'm good, buddy. Just take it easy. We're just trying to figure out what's going on here, all right?
Well, I'm gonna keep drinking, but if you want something, just, don't stare at me. It's weird.
I just let the party know it's just human blood. It's not. Can I determine if it's fresh or not?
No, it's quite old, and there is a little bit of dog blood in there too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Mr. Googles. I can't be in this room right now.
I assume that's the dog. I go. There's human blood here, and the blood of an animal, or perhaps a dog or a small beast similar to that.
Yeah.
It's been here for quite some time. This is coagulated, dried blood on the floor.
So, Sildar, I know you're over there by the treasure chest. Want to check that thing out? I'm keeping an eye out this door here.
I don't really know a whole lot about trying to open treasure chest. I assume it's probably locked, but if you want me to check it out, I guess.
We're all standing way over on the other side of the room.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You go over there.
All right,
Need a rogue.
I'll try and kick it open first.
All right, good.
See if it's
I'll
locked.
push myself here.
Roll me athletics. Oh,
Nice.
Boom.
Wow.
so
That's what
instead
out
of
of a kick. He's like,
instead of kicking it and it opens, you just kick through it, like it just crumples.
Is there anything left in the rubble?
There is a key.
Yoink.
there you go.
Well, look what I found, you bunch of cowards.
What? I'm like laughing underneath the helmet.
He goes back out into the center of the central room here, but he's standing sideways to keep an eye on a Sultan.
Can we check the other
Sultan's
rooms?
not looking so good right now. He's barely standing on his feet, and he's very, very drunk. While slowly saying, "Mr. Googles."
Vito walks over to him, puts his arm around him, and says, "Hey, buddy, I know. It's a sad thing here. Come over here and sit with me." And he tries to pull him away from the alcohol.
He can't really resist because he's drunk a lot at this point. So yeah, he's gonna move wherever he's pulled.
Yeah, we'll go over here and we'll sit on this table. We're both large men or large creatures.
Oreo again gives Soldar advantage on the next initiative. That's going to be something that's going to get old, me saying that all the
Nonsense,
time.
Thank you. No, I don't think it will.
No,
No,
it's not going to get old to have. It's just going to get old to say.
Just get like a pressable button.
or you could just say, yeah, you could emote it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, a little prayer, a little blessing from Saloon, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So do we want to try to check the other two rooms, or do we want to just try and unlock the main one?
Hey, we have the key. I say we go right to the main door.
What
know,
happened to being methodical and making sure that we don't get ambushed?
We have the key.
Having a key means we don't get ambushed.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to, hey, look, I'm for opening all the other doors. Better to err on the side of caution than to make a mistake in haste.
Oreo has suggestion. You take your rope, tie off the doors so the doors will not open.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. Does it mean we're not going to check them at all? But
I don't know. Vito gives a salt in the pound on the back and says, "All right, buddy, why don't you stay here for a little bit? I'm just gonna go check in with my friends, but sit tight. You know, everything's gonna be okay."
Oh, good.
I know. And he takes a couple of steps away.
Wait. No. I must make sure that cheese is dead. That wizard, the cat. No. It must die. And I must make sure it dies too. And he stands up and he starts slowly making his way over, kind of, what's it called, like, not really going in a straight line, let's say. He's making his way over, sometimes holding onto the wall, other times like doing a little bit of a roll and trying to get back up. He's making his way over.
Vito's easily keeping up with him.
I don't know which door has the cheese. One of these, I guess. Ugh.
So are we tying off those doors, or?
yeah, I tie off the door, both the handles of the door, since it's like two doors that open. I get my rope and I do my best to tighten and strap down the doors so they're not being able to be opened very easily.
Ditto.
I'll go over to this door and try to open it.
This one?
The one right in front of me. I'll try to open this one first. Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
That's the one called the Death Door.
Death door.
So in this room is just a table, some pillows, some more parchment. There's a little. It's full of skeletons.
No, that's the wrong one. Okay. Oh.
Boy, this guy was really jacked out of his mind on cheese.
The cheese that you want.
I'm gonna just throw open these doors if they can. If not, I'll use the key.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah, this one opens as well. Give me a second. It's kind of in a hustle to set up the dynamic lighting here.
Do I see? Well, what do I see in this room?
A bunch of candles, some more barrels. One. And give me 1 second. A spider is on the ceiling.
Oh.
a giant spider.
Oh,
Oh, well, that changes things.
Oh.
Roll initiative!
Woohoo!
We.
And Sildar gets your advantage.
Yes, sir.
Dang.
Oh shit! I forgot to click my token again.
Damn it!
You want me to just re-roll it?
Yeah, go for it.
Even better.
Okay.
It's almost a wonder that a sultan's still alive somehow with all these things done here.
Burnett, you are up first.
as a bonus action, I mark it, and then I attack it with my longbow.
I put the red mark on it to indicate the hunter's mark. And go ahead and make your attack. That, I believe, misses.
Gosh darn it!
Yeah.
Yep. All right, that's it. That's it for my turn.
Sildar.
I am gonna bring down some hammery wrath,
Let's see it.
or at least try.
That hits.
Cool.
That'll be 9 bludgeoning.
I like Soldar.
Yeah. The ladies love Sildar.
The ladies like Soldar.
I'll clang my warhammer against my shield and say, "Over here, ugly," and I'm done.
Good
Yeah.
old LL Sildar.
The spider says something along the lines of, "Rah!" You know? And then it'll be Vito's turn.
It is going to take a step up. He's going to say, all right. And he takes his knuckles and he's going to whack right into the side of the spider. Let's go this way. Do I get advantage?
For what?
For the attack since Sildar's also hitting him? Or would it
No.
just be normal?
It'd
Okay.
Just
I
be
guess
normal.
the sultan's not close enough yet.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. 17 to hit.
Yep, it's
All right, and then I'm going to burn my action surge to get another attack.
okay.
Ooh.
And I'm going to take my hand axe, transfer it to my right hand, and smack into it with the hand axe.
Go for it.
11. Yeah.
That misses. Anything
All right.
else?
No, that'll be it for Vito.
A Sultan.
Yeah, Sultan will move forward and with his great axe just take a big swing at it. Now it's distracted.
With advantage.
All right, here we go.
Bam.
23 each time. Damn.
Double
I know, right?
23.
Okay, 23, well, 23 to hit. And let's see. That is
Ooh.
12 slashing damage.
And that'll do it.
Cool.
I didn't know there were such things lurking down in this place. I would have warned you if I'd known, but as you can clearly see, I had no idea. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone first. Ugh.
I believe
One
there's
more
only
door.
one door.
Is there anything in this room that we need to pay attention to? Like the treasure chest that I see in the corner?
Nope, just more barrels.
Okay.
It's-
Don't drink from those barrels. I've tried. It's not worth it. Trust me. Like a mix of milk and cheese. It's no good. Who has the key? If you have
I
the
do.
key, maybe this one.
Jeez,
I try to
I'm-
open the door. I just stop pushing.
So as you enter the door, a wave of pungency smacks you in the face. Like full force, the worst cheese you've ever smelled in your existence. It is horrible. But what's even more scary is the fact that it starts to stretch and contort until Hold on. Oh,
Oh no, it's a cheese okra jelly.
Oh my gosh.
Evil
That's awesome.
SpongeBob.
The
That's
cheat is
awesome.
grounded.
That's awesome.
it's a
just
cheese
made-
monster.
That just made my fucking day. I just want to say that I have the biggest shit-eating grin on my face right now. That's fucking great.
Smells
That's
like
just
Cardi B.
sound.
Roll
Evil
initiative.
wizard! Is that
Run.
you?
I'm like,
I will
run, you
strike
sons of
you
bitches!
down
Run like the
with your
wind!
curse. You'll die.
Ah, shit.
Uh,
I forgot again.
Damn it.
It's okay. I rolled the same number twice.
Oh wow, what a horrible set of initiative rolls.
Yeah.
The creature totally got the jump on us. That pungent smell distracted us for it to move quickly.
All
I was
right.
in the middle of a speech and it's like, fuck that and attacks.
Ah, no, this is the cheese Oreo's talking about.
So it's gonna try and engulf. Hold on.
Oh no. Like a gelatinous cube of cheese.
Yeah. Hold on, why can't I it's not opening its character sheet. Oh,
Is it
that's
not-
why.
Is it not linked?
It might not be. Hold on. And the monster name is called the Wheel of the Wizard.
Fitting.
It should be linked. That's quite odd. I need Sildar and Asselton to make me a dex save, please. Ooh.
Boom.
Oh.
Oh no. What?
I've been cheesed.
Okay, so Asselton, you can either be pushed 5 feet back or succumb to the cheese.
I'll be pushed 5 feet back.
All right.
You're right there, dude.
Kenichi, I need you to make take 3d6 poison damage, which I'll be rolling now. I could just, click the dice formula. I don't know why it's not pulling up the character sheet for me.
Here, I'm gonna check for you real quick. Hold on. I gotta switch. I'm under player right now. Hold on. I'm just switching to GM layer. Hold on.
Oh wait, I don't even have the dice formula in that. It's fine, I'll just roll the 3d6. 6 poison damage.
I mean, not bad for 3d6.
No, it's not tied to the creature. What's the name of the creature?
Wheel of the Wizard.
Oh, I see him. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
It will be in a second. Hold on. See. No.
I almost feel like Milk found that picture for the icon and then decided what the
Yeah, no.
monster was going to be.
No. I knew beforehand.
Now it's linked. You
All right,
should be able
thank
to
you.
alt and double click on it.
In all honesty, I found this image like 10 minutes before the session.
Awesome.
Oh,
Did you really? It's a great image.
Yeah,
actually.
Good.
Hold on, and I'll make it so you don't have to roll those dice. So it'll roll the actual dice that you need for those
oh,
attacks.
thank
Give me
you.
1
You're
second.
too kind.
It'll take me 10 seconds while people are doing their combat real quick.
Oh, that's a shame because you want to know who's next on the
Is it me?
initiative. It's you.
Okay, that's fine. I'll let me attack it real quick.
So did-
I see it swallow our friend. I don't know if I can reach in there. I'm like, oh, it freaks me the fuck out, right? And I just in desperation cut across here and I reach in to grab him and pull him out.
Yeah, make me a strength check.
Strength check. Here goes. Strength saving throw or strength ability roll?
Just strength check.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, you rip
Ooh,
him
not
out.
bad. and then I just kind of that's probably my action. So I don't know where you want to place this token.
We'll
but
have
yeah.
just pull him out over there.
Okay. Boom! And I yank him out, and that's my turn.
Okay.
So
Sildar.
let me fix this for you quick.
You godless hunk of Limburger. I'll send you back to the depths from which you came. Maybe not.
Yeah, send him back into that cow. Fuck you, cheese.
I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
That hits.
12 bludgeoning.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I didn't input the. On 12. So that'll be done. Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Asselton.
I'm gonna try grapple the cheese.
It's immune to grappling.
It's immune to grappling. Okay, then I won't do that. In that case, I'm going to move around the cheese. Oh, that seems I cannot move forward.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
and then
a
I will
wall.
not move around the cheese, and I will just attack it. And there we go. Great axe, 14 to hit,
That misses.
and then I will go into a rage at the sight of the cheese that I've now missed, while drunk and be like, "Oh, cheese, you've taken everything," and I will use my bonus action to make another attack.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait, didn't
no,
you just
no,
use your
that's
bonus
level
action?
3. Oh yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, no, I don't make an attack. That's that's a retcon. Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of my turn.
All right. Oreo.
Your damage is set in the token.
All right, thank you.
Let me go back to player mode.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Oreo yells out, "Beautiful saloon, this cheese is for you!" And a bolt of dark energy comes from the emblem on his shield. And I think I probably missed.
You did indeed.
It
It's a
was
real
supposed
shame,
to be
isn't it?
for you.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna move back behind this crate here, just in case.
All right, Vito.
Vito's gonna take a step back here. And he goes,
You
"All
will
right,
draw an attack of opportunity.
that's fine."
Brave man, are you?
13 misses.
You slap.
And Vito says, "I think it's time to cut the cheese," and he takes his hand axe and he goes in for an attack.
User get worse pun of the day.
All Go get some. Actually, you know what? Hold up. Just real quick. Jay, why don't you give yourself inspiration? Sorry to pause the flow like that, but I needed to say it or else I would have forgotten. Go ahead,
Jay.
Vito.
Oh yeah, okay. 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Yeah, so he'll take 5 damage.
Okay.
And Vito's just going to keep that 10-foot distance, but he's going to stay within 5 of Sildar and Barnett.
Okay.
That'll be the end.
Oh, the wheel of the wizard. And he pushes forward once more.
Oh no.
Barnett, I need you to make a dex save. Ooh. You can either be pushed 5 feet back or succumb to the cheese.
Push back because I do not want the cheese.
Not many people do. Barnett, it is now your turn.
I realize, this is kind of going on, and again, because I'm a dual wielder, I can draw both weapons. I draw my battle axe and my long sword, and I just and attack. But before I do that, I do my bonus action to mark it.
Okay.
Here goes, and I attack.
That hits.
And 1d6 from the spell. Not bad. That is 11
19?
plus 8, 19 damage.
I did the math.
And that's and then not wanting to get swallowed, he is welcome to take an attack of opportunity because I will back off because I don't want to get swallowed by that cheese.
I
And he
think he already
definitely
did,
will.
though.
He
Oh, he
that's
did.
right.
He did.
He did.
No.
That's
That
right.
was before his turn. He gets
Yes,
another
this is
one.
a fresh round.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. If I would have died by
Finally.
slap, had I died by cheese slap, I'm quitting. Okay.
It is 3d6. He could have taken you out.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh God.
You wasted all your good rolls early.
Yeah, Silder.
Okay,
Wasted them all last session.
Seriously.
done.
That is gonna. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Oh,
That is a fucking crit.
Yes,
yo.
it is.
But it's only 12 damage.
Oh, only, huh?
Yeah,
I
only.
did 12 damage last time without a crit.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Astleton.
I'm gonna make an attack.
Also, I don't know if you heard, but you have an inspiration.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay, very nice. All right, that's 18.
That hits. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
All right,
Plus the rage damage.
Yep.
13 plus rage. Cool. And yeah, I don't think I have anything for bonus action, so I guess that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Oreo.
Oh, what to do? So, yeah, Oreo is gonna stay where he is, and he's gonna grovel again. Please, please, cheese, let us sacrifice you to Saloon. So that's my action. So
That's awesome.
everybody will get advantage.
Vito.
Vito's
Kill
gonna,
it! Kill it, Vito! Kill it!
Vito's gonna take another step back.
Another attack of opportunity.
He already used his reaction on Barnett.
Oh, he
Yes.
did. Damn it.
So Vito's gonna go ahead and yeah, he's gonna take out his hand axe again. He's gonna make an attack with advantage.
We're all scared of it.
That's
Oh.
a crit.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's a hit. With the hand axe, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a good 12 damage.
Oreo might have wasted his grovel.
Anything else?
No, Vito's just gonna position himself between Barnett and Sildar, and that's it.
Okay. I need everyone to make me a con save.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's not good. Fellow, okay.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Sultan and Burnett. You pass the con save.
Oh, God, thank God.
Everyone else, you are charmed.
Oh no.
Oh
as
no!
the cheese takes over your mind like it did a sultan.
Oh no! That means you can't attack it, right?
Yeah, it becomes a friendly target to us.
Sorry. Got a little heavy-handed with it. All right, let me mark the
Okay.
conditions down on your sheets.
I know what to do. I know what to do. Okay, here we go.
Conditions. Charmed. And it was Oreo as well. All right. The wheel of the wizard will now make a cheese slap attack on Sildar. Does a 13 hit?
Yep.
Damn it.
That means it attacked me, right? So doesn't that break the charm?
It does.
You're like, why are you hitting me, cheese? I love you.
It ain't easy. being
Cheesy, yeah, good one.
Barnett.
Realizing this creature of destruction and stench. Barnett's really frightened a bit.
Oh, you're frightened?
No, I'm just saying that like it freaks him out, right? Like he's seeing
Yeah.
a giant cheese coming at him, like an intermingled mystical cheese, and it doesn't want to engage it in melee. Gosh darn it. All right. I'll move here. I'll drop my my battle axe and longsword on the top of the barrel there, and then I can still pull out one weapon. I'll pull out my hand axe, and I'll throw it at the wheel at the wheel of the wizard. Here goes. This is with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
And that misses.
Wow. What a crappy row. That's it. I'm done. That's my turn.
Sildar!
All right, this is with advantage.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Barnett,
And that
you
misses.
didn't roll with advantage, did you?
I rolled a 13 and an 8.
Gotcha.
all right, I'm done.
Okay.
You missed it with a 15?
Yep.
Yep.
Asselton.
Ooh, okay. Got 16 armor class.
All right, here we go.
You shut up, you.
Oh no, I mean I'm just guessing.
You're right.
I mean, I
Yeah,
hate
because
the
16 hit earlier.
yeah.
All right, well, 17 to hit.
That hits.
There you go.
I strike the cheese for another 11.
I strike the cheese.
I'm just carving it up one turn at a time, and that's the end of this one.
Oreo.
So I see, things going on. I don't know why people are hitting this cheese. It's a lovely cheese. But I do see that a few of my friends are hurt. So I'm going to channel divinity and use this.
Cool.
So my allies can choose one of two things. They either get 1d6 temporary hit points at the beginning of every turn, or you can end an effect causing it to be charmed or frightened.
Ooh, cool.
Is the cheese an ally right now?
Technically,
take
yes.
Yes.
Currently, yes.
So the cheese would heal 1d6, I guess. No, he would get 1d6
temporary.
temporary.
Well, there you go.
All right, I'll take the hit points.
Yeah, I ended the charm.
And I will end the charm as well.
That's so cool. Like Saloon breaks you of the charm and trying to help people.
Yep.
Mm.
Right.
Am
Now,
I an ally or am I?
you're an ally. You're an ally.
You're
Okay,
not.
I'm fine with cheese. All right.
Now this also it's a 30-foot, and it causes dim light in that 30-foot. Now we all have dark vision,
Yeah,
but the cheese doesn't. I don't know if the cheese does or not.
The cheese does.
doesn't have
Well, actually,
eyes.
the cheese doesn't need it because the cheese
It
has
detects
blind sight.
life and sucks it and eats it like
That's right.
all growing fungus.
Is that it, Oreo?
Yeah. Well, hold
Oh.
on. Is that an action? That is
Yeah, channel divinity is an action. Yeah.
action. Yep. So that's it.
All right.
Except I should not be charmed anymore.
Oh, right. Let me remove that for you. Vito.
Yeah, so Vito's going to go ahead and take his hand axe out. He's going to say, I'm not a big fan of cheese. Don't know what kind of weird shit you were pulling over there, but all right, buddy, let's roll. Do I still get advantage or no?
No.
No, okay.
And that
one
misses. And now you would have... Oh, never mind. Now it's the wheel's turn.
Don't forget you have the inspiration,
That's true. A sultan does have the inspiration.
and it would give you advantage if you use it.
The wheel is going to try and cheese slap Vito. And it misses.
Oh my god, thank God.
Barnett?
All right. Well, now that I'm there, I take out my 2 daggers and I throw the 2 daggers at it.
All right. Give me those rolls. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Good.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well done.
So that's 9. And that's
and a
6.
D6 and a D6 from the mark for 3 damage.
Well, you're
It's a
rolling
D6
the
on both hits,
mark,
isn't
so
it?
doesn't that get double too?
That I don't think that doesn't get double, does it?
I don't believe
I thought
so.
it was any die.
Oh yeah, it is anytime I hit
is.
it.
And also,
Yeah.
it's on both hits.
Yep. Okay,
Oh.
so here goes. So I still got to roll 3 more D6.
Don't
Hold on.
even bother. So you wanna narrate it?
Yeah. Yes. So Barnett, very intimidated by this cheese creature, when he puts his axes down, grabs his daggers, shaking and trembling, and just kind of like does one quick prayer to his woodland god, and just throws one dagger without really looking, and then throws the second dagger, and then opens his eyes and realizes that they struck true because he went off of instinct and muscle memory.
Yeah.
So he's surprised that he killed it.
So as the daggers land, it sort of shrieks and contorts, and then you hear, and it just slaps back into the cheese wheel form.
That's awesome.
Ooh, Oreo
Ooh.
starts
Victory,
starts,
bitches.
Oreo, you notice that there is a small bit of the cheese wheel missing. And you see a piece on the floor, and it emanates a golden aura.
Well, this is an interesting piece of cheese. I will. I'll use some cloth to pick it up. I'm not going to touch it with my hand.
It's probably smart.
Pick it up, and I'll stow that away.
All right. I will.
Vito's not convinced that it's dead yet, so he's going to take his axe and just hit it one more time, just to make sure.
You lop a little piece of cheese off, and similar to the other one, it glows golden.
Vito grabs it and takes a look at it.
All right. What you both have picked up is called the Wedge of the Wizard.
Hold on, let me go to your character sheets and add it for you. You should be able to look it up, but basically what it does is it has it's a 5 uses. Each time you use it, you regain 2d10 hit points. However, you're poisoned for the next turn.
Oh. Can I carve off a hunk of that?
Sure, why not?
That's awesome. I love that.
You should be able to add it to your inventories.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and add it.
Sultan jumps on this wheel of cheese and starts biting into it.
You gradually feel very ill. This is a quite powerful cheese.
He feels ill, but keeps getting help. He feels better every time he takes a bite.
And then feels worse.
It feels worse, feels good, feels worse. Yeah, he's making his way through the cheese as much as he can.
Maybe you should stop eating the cheese?
Hey, hair of the cow, right?
He doesn't feel like the job's finished yet, so he's gonna put as much away at this cheese as he feels like he can.
You barely put a dent into the block.
After I guess he's like had his full. He's like sitting back down against the wall, like, oh, I'll get to you. Oh, I'll get to you. Just you wait. Oh. And then he falls asleep.
Vito lops off 2 additional pieces and brings it back for Rin and Emrys.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we can all get a wedge of the wizard wheel. Is that how?
Yeah,
is that how I'm tracking it? Okay,
Yeah.
I added up.
I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna
be.
be all right. I'll add it to your sheets manually. Just be aware that there might be effects that you do not know about. 2d10 is quite a lot of healing.
It's I'm not taking it. I'm not eating it. I'm keeping it in case I need to use it for someone else.
In case of emergency.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the end of our little adventure for this evening.
It's awesome.
Oreo, I
So-
hope you're pleased with your sizable offering for Saloon.
Yes, I was gonna say I would like to take it outside under the sky at night and with a sultan there as ceremony. Hopefully I can do both at the same time. Do an atonement for a sultan and dedicate the cheese to Saloon.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That works.
That's an hour ritual right there.
It is, yeah.
Love that ritual. That's great.
I hope you enjoyed this cheese-based adventure that spawned off a cheesy joke. It was put
Oreo
together
will make Saloon blush.
with haste.
Oh, that's good.
But you know,
Nice little sidetrack.
not bad. So next week we'll be resuming with the main plot, hopefully, with the full party available. And we will see you then. Make sure to catch out our Tuesday of Annihilation game, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much. We have been Dungeon Divers.